He's the vegan gorilla of morning talk radio. It's Adam Josh.
Good morning. Good morning, everyone. How are you doing? Welcome to Morning Banana. This song playing is by my friend Kevin Barr. Little Problems. If you want to look him up on YouTube, it's Barr. I'll be right back. I left my coffee in the shop. Enjoy the sweet tunes. I'm back. Hello. Okay, well, welcome. And I'm just going to do a systems test here, make sure that we are live streaming. All right. Yep, here we are. We're at number 21. And I appreciate all you who join us and who will watch this later. I have a couple raisins here and a banana, and let's get right to it. So, in the news, obviously besides the Christchurch thing in New Zealand, what else are we talking about? Jail for online insults in Mother Russia. You guys believe this? And Putin is signing in Russia, signing a fake news law. I was reading a survey poll of 2,000 millennials last night where they're more stressed out now than ever before.
Now they're stressed out.
Major complaints are slow Wi-Fi, broken phones, and 0 likes on their social media. Don't do it for the likes, kids. Don't do it for the likes. Do it because you want to. What else we got? Sam Smith is considering a sex change, but not male or female. And trending right now on my Twitter profile is this new Tarantino film. I've always wondered how Tarantino gets away with being so overtly racist. Maybe he's not in his heart, but in his language. I've always wondered how he gets away with that. Or how people like Hillary Clinton get away with, we're going to bring them to heel, comments like that. You know, the Dems are obsessed with political correctness and sensitivity, but they're not at the same time. So, another thing I wanted to talk about on the Morning Banana Show is something that's been happening. Those of you who have been watching the Morning Banana Show since we started it 21 bananas ago. It was 21 bananas ago when we started this Morning Banana Show. And we had Math Powerland himself on. If you want to get into talking flat earth, let's do that. So when I started getting into researching flat earth 2013, 2014, I came across Math Powerland stuff. So when people talk about flat earth, he's kind of the first person that I would think of because he was the first person that I saw really out there in modern times with a curriculum and exposing flat earth. I'm sure there were others before him. I mean, 100 Proofs the Earth is Not a Globe was written in like the 1800s. So, but in modern times, in our lifetime. So, I was excited to have him on the show as a guest. I called them, and we talked for quite a bit. Now, in the conversation that I had with him, I covered the fact that Alex Jones and Eddie Bravo on Joe Rogan's podcast were talking quite a bit about Flat Earth in the most recent one with Alex Jones. And Alex was offering reluctantly, and then getting serious quickly, offered, okay, I'll fund this research expedition to go figure out whether Earth is a ball or not. So now, Math Powerland, what is this, a month after the fact now, has decided to jump on this opportunity and say to Alex, try to make contact with Alex and say, okay, if you want to talk about the expedition, it's something that I've been talking about and outlining for years now. I think Math Powerland has put a lot of thought behind the expedition, and what flat Earth research and getting into measurements, I think what it would all lead to as a crescendo would be an undeniable measuring of the Earth. And so Math Powerland has a way to measure the ball, if it is a ball, that is, he's calling it 2 circles, 1 ball. I'm looking for a ball to show you. Don't think I have any. I have a roll of tape. Maybe you have to use your imagination on this one. So imagine that this was the Earth, spinning ball. Math Powerland's idea is to start at the 60th latitude north, or 40th, depending on what works better, and the 60th or 40th latitude line south, and then basically do a straight line. And on a ball, a straight line, you wouldn't have to be banking left or banking right. A straight line, you would be going around in a circle, right? And you'd wind up where you started. Now, on a flat Earth, you'll still wind up where you started, but you'd be going around the, depending on which direction you go, you'd be going around the North Pole area. North Pole, it's not really there, it's just water. Now on the South Pole, on a ball, you'd be going around Antarctica, or the interior of a flat disk. So either way, 2 circles, 1 ball is possible, but, and this is the big but, the measurements will be different. So if you have a team on a ship going this way and a team on a ship going this way, on the top of the ball, they will definitely arrive at the next latitude, longitude marker, the meridian lines. They'll definitely wind up at that one quicker than the one on the bottom on a flat Earth. Even Neil deGrasse Tyson says the Earth is pear-shaped. So the bottom team, basically, the team in the south, is always going to be winding up at the horizontal lines. What are they called? The meridian lines? The vertical lines, rather. The vertical lines! What are the vertical lines called? Man, I gotta have a copy. Killing me. I'm gonna look it up. It's gonna bug me. Meridians. Vertical around the globe. Unlike latitude lines, longitude lines are not parallel. Meridians meet at the poles and are widest apart at the equator. 0 degrees longitude is called the prime meridian. So they're called longitude lines, also called meridians. Are we all on the same page now? I apologize for that. It is 9 in the morning, and I'm having my first coffee. Brain fart. But it's possible that if you're doing a expedition, that the lower team would be getting there later and later to the lines, to the vertical lines, the meridians. So if you're documenting it, and by various GPSs and teams on both sides and flotillas coming out to meet the teams, it'll be hard to fake the fact that the southern team wound up at the same meridian line 4 days later. Now that's one way to do it. I had another idea, which I thought Math Powerland was talking about, but it turns out he wasn't. My idea was to go, double traverse north-south. So 2 teams or 6 teams basically take off from the north and go across the North Pole all the way down to the south, and one team goes the other way basically, and they should meet at the south and then loop around and go back up to the north. Again, you're measuring the earth, but his way going around this way doesn't make as much sense to me, but who am I? I'm sure that Matt Powerland has put some thought to it, but to me going north to south would make more sense, and back south to north, because it's pretty quickly going to be over when they get to the south and they keep going off into Nowheresville. And if they see what Admiral Byrd saw beyond the Antarctic ice walls, they will wind up seeing new lands and uncharted areas. There's definitely green forest areas in the Antarctica that have yet to be explored. And this tape is done. So anyway, Math Powerland put in a phone call to Alex Jones and wound up on an answering machine and said to him, this is what I want to do, why don't we do this, here's my plan. And so kudos to Mr. Math Powerland for finally reaching out and touching base with Alex Jones, even though a lot of people think Alex Jones is a gatekeeper and a shill. I've met Alex Jones. Looked down on him when I met him. Looks like he has a bit of Napoleon syndrome. Anyway, if Math Powerland makes contact with Alex and they decide to team up, where Alex says, okay, I'm going to give you the $1 million, good. I think Math Powerland and his team should take the money. Take Alex Jones's money. But that isn't enough. $1 million isn't enough. So I'm pretty sure that Math Powerland set up a GoFundMe. I saw the link yesterday. I just want to get it right. I want to get it right if I link it to you. Floors, design, Adobe mockups, exterior, blog. I'm at mathpowerland.com right now, looking through the blog section. See a lot of artwork with like splash, drop, ink movements, paint movements, moving around the paint on a canvas with dripping. And no. So, Math Power. We're gonna find it. Powerland GoFundMe. There it is. So the link for the GoFundMe page is gofundme.com 2 as the number 2, 2 circles 1 as the number 1 ball. 2 circles, 1 ball. And he's got a little diagram here. So they've got $20 right now of 20 million. So let's get a camera shot of that. That's what we're looking at. See how the circles are going around the 60th latitude, around the top, where going from south to north and north back to south would be another way to do it. But what, like I said, what do I know? I'm just a lonesome technician here, hanging out in the shop, talking to myself, talking to the camera. But anyway, that's good on Math Powerland for making contact with Alex Jones, and I hope that that works out for him. So yeah, that's all I have to say. Yesterday I was busy going to Restaurant 4. Those of you who follow me on Twitter at adamjosh.com saw that I've never been to the third restaurant. I checked out at Restaurant 3. If you've ever built a restaurant before, kudos to you. We did the first one from start to finish ourselves. And by that I mean doing everything we possibly could ourselves outside of schematics, blueprints, and the city inspections. Everything else was done ourselves or with people that we knew. And the second one was similar. And the third one I was not there for. And the fourth one is being built right now. Yesterday was my first time there, and I'm stopping myself from getting balls deep involved into it because it's all consuming. 2012, I built a restaurant, I helped a guy build his house, and we became a RusCheck franchise all in 2012. It was hell. I think I broke up with the girl I was with next year as well. I've broken some hearts, not gonna lie. All right, everybody. So keep your eye on that Math Powerland Alex Jones thing. And in other news about guests on the Morning Banana Show, if you want to be on the Morning Banana Show, let me know. I have guests that I would like to have on in mind. And there's people who watch this show after the fact in a private WhatsApp group chat that give me suggestions. They'd like to see Stacy McStationary on. She's on Twitter. Somebody's described her as a one-woman meme machine. I'd like to have her on. I'd like to have on Math's wife, Katie Powerland, and a couple other people off the top of my head. But up until now, I've been shunned by those two, ignored. So we're just going to have to bump them to some other show, some other time. Just little old Adam, you know. So, yeah, you guys take care of yourselves and keep an eye on those things. Have yourself a great day. I'm gonna eat this cupcake all by myself right now. That's pretty good. All right, everybody.